Hello guys! So today I'm going to go and visit an art shop which is close to me, which I've never visited. It's a small independent art shop which I'm really pleased that I found. It's not too far away, so me and Andy are just going to go and head and have a little look before we go and grab some lunch, so come with us. Right, so that was a really nice little shop actually, and the amount of times I've just driven past that and just never gone in. So I did get a little supply haul. I'm going to show you what it is. First of all, I've got some Canson drawing pads. Can you see them? And I've seen people draw with these before on other YouTube videos and over Instagram, and I've never used them before because they're quite expensive. I mean, these were £5.60 each. Because they're quite expensive, I thought I'd try the smaller ones. There's no point buying a big one and finding I don't like the paper. But on first look, the paper seems very thick. So I got an Aquarelle sketchbook, which the paper is very, very thick, very chunky. I expect it's going to hold water really well, but I'm going to try all those and find out. And then I got a mixed media pad because I might like to use some gouache on here, or maybe some acrylics. It's basically a bit thicker. Is it though? Let's have a look. 300 GSM. 300 GSM, £140. Why is it different? The grain is different. So the Aquarelle has a fine grain and the mixed media pad doesn't. There are fewer sheets in this pad, the mixed media pad, than in the Aquarelle pad, which I haven't realised before, but hey ho, I'm here as a little tester, so I'm going to try all these out today. Other people I've seen using things like this are people like Fran Nerd, if you've ever seen her. People kind of rave about these pads, so I'm going to give those a trial. I also decided to get some pencils. Now, I'm not really one for colouring in just plain coloured pencils. I'm not very good at it. I don't feel comfortable and confident with my colouring in pencil ability. I don't know if it's just the pencils that I use. The pencils that I normally use are Derwent. I'm not saying anything bad about Derwent, but these are the Derwent Artists pencils, and I find them quite waxy, and I don't know if that's the type of finish that I want to go for. I want to look for like an even coating, something a bit chalkier, because I'm used to working in like charcoals and pastels, so maybe the waxy texture of those ones are just a little bit alien for me. But anyway, I thought I'd get some pencils which also serve a dual purpose. So these are watercolour pencils. I've also got some watercolour pencils from Derwent as well, which are really good. But here's the thing, guys. I wanted to support a local shop, and I didn't want to go in and buy things that I'd already got, so I went and found something that I didn't have already that I wanted to trial. So I did support my local shop. I got two pads and I got these pencils. Because these are watercolour pencils, I'll be able to use them in a variety of ways. And also, what I've done recently, guys, story time, is I've been trying to think about the colours that I want, because I want to try and develop a palette for my illustrations at least, if nothing else. So I thought the first thing I can do, I'm going to use our fabulous resource of the 21st century, Pinterest. So I went on there, I created a board which was colour palette. It's a private board so no one else can see it. And I just went through lots of pictures that I liked the colour combinations of, and also I just searched for colour palette, and then I included some of the colours that I like, so blues and turquoise. So colour palette, blues, turquoise, and it came up with a load of suggestions for colours which are complementary colours, or like colours that kind of look nice alongside them. So when I was buying my pencils, I was bearing that colour palette in mind. And these are probably too many pencils, guys, for an actual colour palette. But I wanted to give myself some options because I haven't actually developed it yet. So these are the Faber-Castell Albrecht Durer pencils. If that means anything to you. They just look really cool, really nice. I got them in some colours which are compatible with some of the palettes that I developed from my Pinterest palette. I'll probably use maybe only 5 or 6 of these as my main palette and then have the rest as kind of shading and other things on top. So I've got a magenta, Kaplak, Madder, Prussian blue, a cobalt turquoise, an emerald green, dark indigo, just classic, isn't it? A light yellow ochre, a violet and a sanguine. As I say, they are watercolour pencils, so I'm going to test out my Aquarelle pad today. I'm going to do a little colour swatch of these, add some water, see what properties they've got, see how nicely they work, and I'm going to film the process, so come along with me. So guys, here it is, the finished piece. I've got to say I really like these pencils. I've used watercolour pencils before in the past and I've always been able to see the pencil mark underneath it. But with these ones, the colour just melted away. It was like using just normal watercolour. But they also work really nice as pencils. So when I went over some of the detail just in the pencil and didn't make it wet, it didn't look like I was drawing with like a watercolour block or anything. It looks like pencil. It feels like pencil. It's got a really nice creamy texture, creamy detail. Really like those pencils. I'm really glad I got them. And the book is really good as well. It dealt with a lot of water. The paper hasn't really buckled that much. And I'm really pleased with the vibrancy of that. I really like how that's turned out. I drew a peacock because when I first got all of these art supplies, I put a shout out on my Instagram and I asked my followers, what should I draw in this week's YouTube video? And I had a few suggestions and I eventually landed on Green Man Art's suggestion of a peacock because I thought the colours would just work really well. So as some of you may or may not know, I am a creator over on Patreon. So those of you who don't know what Patreon is, it's basically like a membership platform where you can support creators that you love and also you get something back, so you get a reward back. So I am over on Patreon and I don't often bang the Patreon drum. It feels a little bit cheeky because I am asking for money basically, but I'm not asking it for nothing. You do get rewards in return and I've got various tiers on there ranging from $1 all the way through to $10, and for each rise in price you do get different rewards and you get additional rewards. So a $1 patron will get whatever the $1 patron gets, but a $2 patron will get their reward and the $1 patron reward. So it is kind of quite good value, I think. But basically I never bang the Patreon drum, and because of that it's fairly quiet over there, and I I don't like it very quiet, to be honest. I like to have a little community around me. You can follow me for free on there. So if you go to the link down below, which is patreon.com/Emma Woodthorpe, you can follow me for free, and this is showing you how you can follow me for free now, and that will update you whenever I put anything on there that is free. What I'm going to do though with this original piece of art, this original peacock illustration, I'm going to do a giveaway. And full transparency, this is me trying to get more followers on my Patreon account. One thing you should know, the most important thing you should know if you did want to enter this competition, is that you can cancel your Patreon membership at any time. So you're not tied in to anything. Like, full transparency, you can just leave whenever. Basically though, what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a prize draw where it's going to be open to all of my patrons, so $1 and above. And if you want to be in with a chance of winning, you need to be a patron. Okay, so I will give you, the closing date for this competition is down below. So to enter the competition, you need to become one of my patrons on any tier. I'll enter your name into the hat and I will draw your name on Patreon, and I'll put it on Instagram and all that kind of stuff as well. But if you don't win this, I will make a download of the black and white version of this available for all my patrons to download and colour in yourself. So even if you don't win, you do get something for becoming a patron. I would love it if you would join me over there. Not just because it supports my art and it funds my art business. It means that I can invest more time into doing more content. It means that I can invest more time into doing more art. It would just be nice to see your face around there, even if you just go there and follow me for free. It would just be lovely just to build that up a little bit and get it more well known, more out into the open. Feel free to share this competition with anyone that you would like. The share button is down below. Before you leave, if you haven't already, why not hit the subscribe button on my YouTube channel? Show me that little bit of support, and it means you won't miss out on any other videos that I put up in the future. Okay, that's enough of the hard sell. I'm going to leave it there. Hopefully I will see you over on Patreon. Until next time then, bye bye.